Capricorn. Capricorn, what's coming up in terms of love for you? Okay, Chariot. Could it be a Cancer coming in? You've come up in your power here as the Devil. This is you, Capricorn. So destined changes definitely happening in love. And look, I said that you had the Lovers card come up here, so that's got to account for something, right? So I definitely feel like you're going to feel shifts in love. All about key people and key relationships being formed during this time for you. Capricorn, look, I love that the Chariot card is here because this definitely symbolizes progression. And that progression is coming up around you because a Chariot here is represented by a car. Now, the protection the car offers, I feel like there's a lot of movement forward. I do. You know, you've got the marriage card. The Four of Wands is often seen as the marriage card. So some of you are definitely meeting your match, a powerful match that could result in engagement, union, or in the least, a long-term commitment here. And I definitely feel destiny is at play here. I still feel you have a while to go. I still feel like there's a lot of exploration needed, especially on your part. If this is you coming up with the Devil energy and sort of these shadows and the woods, you know, they seem very vast and wide. And I feel like you're wanting to really explore something in love or explore another person. I think it's going to take time, but I think there's headlights here. Again, I really feel like someone is searching for you, okay? It could also be that someone's sort of trying to read into your messages, okay? The bird is a messenger and the bird is flying before the car. So I feel like there's someone that's sort of following your lead. They're going with how you're responding. But like I said, you might be in a place where you're not taking necessarily much action. So this could leave this other person in the woodwork guessing, well, where do I stand? Should I confront them? Should I not? I think they're hopeful that things will happen between the both of you. Eight of Wands can be fire sign energy here. You've got the Fire Knight. So an Aries, a Sagittarius, or Leo coming forward. The Eight of Wands is sitting above the Gemini here. So Eight of Wands is all about movement and steps that are still left to be taken. But someone wants action in love with you. Someone wants to move things. The Knight of Wands, you know, he brings a powerful message of wanting to move things forward. So look, I do feel like there is someone here who is wanting to take certain steps with you, Capricorn. I just don't know whether they're reading your cues correctly, or they could be a little bit puzzled. Okay, that puzzled energy that you can see with the Eight of Swords. If this is not them, it could be you. But it's also temptation, okay? I want to say temptation with the Devil card. Overindulgences and not knowing limits. And from the imagery here, this knight is, you know, he is a fire knight. He goes into daring situations, but he's not in the best way here. See how he's sort of roped around everywhere from his head to his limbs in this fire energy. He's caught up in something. It's too intense, and he's caught up in the intensities of it. And the Knight of Wands isn't known for his rationality, so I'm not surprised to see that that's sort of being depicted in this artwork here. I think it's more to say that someone is in the midst of the intensity of something and they're not thinking clearly, okay? Could be you, could be someone you're dealing with. But the Devil card, the Devil casts many shadows, and sometimes our mind can play tricks on us. So I want you to pay attention to that, because your thoughts could be going in overdrive and they could be causing this sort of uncertainty, this sort of the shadowy behavior. But I do feel like there's someone in the shadows here, okay? Someone who wants to come forward, or someone who's sort of waiting for you. I really feel it's you though, Capricorn. I feel like you're in the shadow. It's sort of like you're watching and waiting for something to happen here. It's either you're watching and waiting for them to come to make a decision about you, to them to come to their senses, maybe for them to take the first steps and initiate this meeting or whatever this could be with the Lovers. I think, and look, it can be a destined Cancer with the Chariot. But Cancer's detachment. And if someone's here in the shadow and they have an attachment, this is clingy behavior that you might come to see, Capricorn. Whether it's coming from yourself and you surprise yourself, or it's coming from another person, you may come to see that. So that is very interesting indeed. Let's move on to your career and see what's coming up for you there. Okay, career-wise, things are looking good. You're bringing in that Empress energy here. Could be a Taurus coming in. She can represent a fire sign as well, so Aries, Sag, or Leo. But there's also a Pisces here with the Page of Chalices, Page of Cups, and he unleashes something to the world. It almost looks like he's unleashing this stream of water, but it's actually a fish that's approaching and taking the bait. So someone is really interested in what you have to present or what you're bringing forward, your ideas, Capricorn. Someone wants to nurture them, and it's almost like, I mean, it could be you here because you're the Pentacles, but you're really going to nurture your career somehow, and you're going to start to see results. 2 sevens around you in career. The 3 of Cups is around you in career. So 3 of Cups and 3 of Chalices have come up in your career. So something worth celebrating or having freedom in your career. Or it's more, maybe you have more time to be autonomous. Maybe you have more time to enjoy yourself. Maybe career, you know, you don't really have that pressure. I don't sense that there's a sense of pressure here in your career setting. I think with the Empress, she beautifies things. So I feel like you might be making a few tweaks or perfecting something here. And the Empress energy is very beautiful, and she commands a lot of attention. And the fact that she sits so closely with the Star card and she's got a star crown above her head definitely indicates that your ideas are going to be taking off and received quite well, and they're going to draw people in, they're going to attract people. There's also something that could really attract you, and you'll work very hard on it. But the seeds you plant are going to be very, very rewarding. 7 of Pentacles and the Empress can represent quite a lavish amount of money or prestige. 7 of Chalices, though, is a bit of a fantasy energy, and the Page of Chalices is the dreamer of the zodiac. Now, for those of you involved creatively, you're getting a new idea, and I feel like you're onto something good here. I feel like in some way you've struck gold. You can see the golden leaves beneath the Empress, the golden star, the golden sun, the golden cups. You know, you weren't planning on discovering something maybe, or coming across something, or having this inspired thought or idea. But ultimately, I think it's going to prove very, very successful. You might pitch it to someone here, or you'll be communicating about it. You'll be talking to people about it. You might even get someone who wants to come on board, possibly invest money. See how there's several little pentacles? You might be connecting with people that are funding something for you, funding a dream, funding an idea, investing in something. There might be a group of you doing this, okay? The group dynamic with the 3 of Cups. But it's going to work quite well. I feel like for the most part, you're going to work very well with these people. You have similar ideas. They're in a similar stance, so they've got a similar mind frame, similar ideas. And this is the combination of minds and ideas coming together, which could prove very powerful. I think you'll be in control though, Capricorn. And naturally you take very well to these leadership roles. So I don't see this scenario playing out any differently, if I'm honest. But definitely a lot of creativity with that Page of Chalices. Piscean energy. Could also be finding more passion in the job. Some sort of emotional reward, I feel. It's more emotional. It's more closer to your heart. Like, it's more of a meaningful reward or response that's really going to possibly get you a little bit choked up, Capricorn. So it could be very endearing, or it could be just very emotionally gifting. More than physical, like more than a bonus of money, or I mean, maybe it's that money that's going to evoke an emotional response, but I think that's coming up around you, so it's very exciting. I will leave your reading at that, Capricorn. Thank you again so much for tuning in.